They kept missing each other all year, until Christmas finally got it right. The first time they almost met, they stood less than 10 feet apart beneath a bright blue morning sky, separated only by a crowded city crosswalk and a single traffic light that seemed determined to change their lives forever. One stepped forward just as the other turned away. Neither of them knew that the person they had been searching for without even realizing it had been standing within reach. Fate remained silent, the crowd carried them in opposite directions, and another chance quietly slipped away. What neither of them could imagine was that the year had only begun, and destiny was preparing a journey filled with missed moments, quiet hope, unexpected kindness, and one unforgettable Christmas miracle that would finally bring two lonely hearts together. Before we continue, if you believe in kindness and second chances, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Kindness Tales Journey. Your support helps these heartfelt stories reach more people who still believe that hope can change lives. Noah Whitmore was 32 years old, a talented landscape photographer whose work captured the beauty hidden inside ordinary days. His camera had traveled across mountains, beaches, and quiet countryside roads, yet his own heart felt emptier with every passing season. 2 years earlier he had lost his mother after a long illness, and since then he had buried himself in work, believing that staying busy was easier than facing loneliness. Every morning he walked through the city carrying the same worn leather camera bag, noticing beautiful details that everyone else ignored, while quietly wishing someone would notice him the same way. Across the city lived 29-year-old Evelyn Brooks, a children's librarian whose greatest gift was bringing smiles to young faces. She believed every story carried hope, even when real life seemed determined to write painful chapters. Her father had raised her alone after her mother passed away when she was young, teaching her that kindness was never wasted even if no one thanked you for it. After he passed away the previous winter, Evelyn continued volunteering at community reading events because it made her feel close to the values he had lived by. Every bright morning she walked to work carrying books in a canvas bag decorated with tiny painted snowflakes, dreaming that one day someone would share her quiet love for simple moments. Spring arrived with warm sunshine and blooming parks. Noah accepted an assignment to photograph the annual flower festival. At almost the exact same time, Evelyn brought dozens of children there for an outdoor reading session beneath colorful trees. Noah became fascinated by a butterfly resting on a bright flower and stepped away from the walking path to capture the perfect image. At that exact moment Evelyn gathered the children and led them down another path only a few yards behind him. By the time Noah turned around, she had disappeared into the cheerful crowd. The photograph later became one of his favorites, although he never realized that someone far more important had almost entered the frame. Weeks passed into summer. The city organized a charity event to collect books and school supplies for struggling families. Noah volunteered to photograph the celebration while Evelyn spent the entire morning organizing donated books. A sudden delivery request sent her inside a nearby building just minutes before Noah arrived at the same entrance. He smiled at the growing pile of books without knowing whose caring hands had arranged every single one of them. Evelyn returned moments after Noah had already left to photograph children playing in the sunshine. Once again their paths crossed without touching. Life continued placing invisible threads between them. Noah often visited a quiet neighborhood cafe after finishing assignments, always choosing the table beside the large front window where daylight filled the room. Evelyn visited that same cafe every Saturday morning after buying fresh flowers from the local market. One bright afternoon Noah left behind a handwritten note that simply read, "May today surprise you with unexpected joy." The waitress found it and placed it beside the next customer's cup of tea. That customer was Evelyn. She smiled for the first time in days and tucked the note inside her favorite book, never knowing who had written those encouraging words. Autumn painted the trees with warm colors. Noah traveled outside the city for several photography projects, while Evelyn organized an outdoor reading festival celebrating stories about hope and family. During those months each wondered privately whether life would always feel incomplete. Friends encouraged Noah to begin dating again, but every conversation felt forced. Evelyn's co-workers gently suggested that she deserved someone who appreciated her gentle heart, yet she believed genuine love could never be rushed. Both chose patience over pretending, even as another season quietly slipped away. As December arrived, the city transformed beneath sparkling decorations, evergreen wreaths, and cheerful lights hanging across every street. Bright winter mornings carried the joyful excitement of Christmas approaching. Noah received one final assignment before the holiday: create a photo exhibition celebrating everyday acts of kindness. Rather than searching for famous people or dramatic events, he decided to spend each day photographing ordinary strangers helping one another. He believed kindness deserved to be remembered just as much as beautiful landscapes. Evelyn meanwhile organized a Christmas book drive for children spending the holidays in local shelters. Every day she collected donations, wrapped books with colorful paper, and wrote encouraging messages inside each cover. Watching children smile reminded her that even broken hearts could become places where hope quietly grew again. She never imagined that somewhere nearby another lonely soul was searching for exactly the same kind of beauty she carried within herself. 3 days before Christmas, Noah photographed an elderly gardener carefully planting winter flowers outside a hospital entrance. The image filled him with unexpected emotion because it reminded him of his late mother, who had always believed flowers gave people courage. As he packed his camera, he noticed a volunteer carrying several boxes of children's books into the hospital. The volunteer was Evelyn. Unfortunately, the hospital entrance became crowded with arriving visitors. Noah exited through another doorway while Evelyn disappeared into the pediatric wing. Another meeting dissolved into another memory that neither of them would ever know had almost happened. Christmas Eve arrived beneath a clear blue daytime sky dusted with soft white snow. The city square overflowed with families, musicians, volunteers, and children decorating a magnificent Christmas tree. Noah wandered through the celebration searching for one final photograph worthy of ending his exhibition. Evelyn arrived with dozens of children from the library, helping them hang handmade ornaments carrying handwritten wishes for the coming year. A small little girl accidentally dropped her favorite paper angel. The ornament drifted across the square with the gentle winter breeze. Noah instinctively hurried forward to rescue it at the exact same moment Evelyn reached out from the opposite direction. Their hands touched around the delicate ornament, and for just a second the noisy celebration faded into complete silence. Neither looked away. It felt strangely familiar, as though every missed morning, every crowded street, every almost meeting throughout the year had quietly led them to that single unforgettable moment. They smiled with the natural comfort usually found only between old friends. The little girl thanked them both before running back toward the Christmas tree, leaving Noah and Evelyn standing together beneath bright daylight surrounded by laughter, music, and falling snowflakes. Instead of hurrying away, they walked through the square together, discovering countless small connections between their lives. They had visited the same cafe, volunteered at many of the same community events, loved helping strangers, treasured family memories, and believed kindness mattered even when nobody noticed. As the afternoon sunlight reflected across the snowy streets, Noah realized the greatest photograph he would ever carry would never fit inside a camera. It was the image of finding someone whose heart had quietly been walking beside his own all year without either of them knowing. Evelyn felt something she had not experienced since losing her father, a peaceful certainty that some blessings simply require patience before they arrive. Months later, Noah's exhibition became one of the city's most loved displays, but visitors were most moved not by breathtaking landscapes but by ordinary moments of compassion captured in daylight. Beside the final photograph stood a simple message reminding everyone that the greatest miracles often begin with simple acts of kindness and the courage to keep believing even after countless disappointments. Noah and Evelyn returned to the Christmas square every year, grateful that destiny had never truly forgotten them. It had only been waiting for the perfect day. If this story touched your heart and reminded you that true love and kindness are always worth waiting for, please like this video, share it with someone you care about, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Kindness Tales Journey. Special request: before you leave, Please comment, Christmas always finds the right hearts, if you believe kindness and second chances can change a life. Sometimes life delays the most beautiful moments, not because they are meant to be lost, but because they are meant to arrive exactly when our hearts are finally ready. And for Noah and Evelyn, Christmas didn't create their love, it simply brought together two people destiny had been protecting all along.